Hey everyone, welcome to the video here. I'm Brian Jacobson, and what you see here is a mindview framework explained. And what we actually always cover here is the ability for you to have the experience of being free, having your own sovereignty. And in this video here, I'm going to explain you how the government has no power over you whatsoever unless you fall down into their level of thinking. So their level of thinking, what you see over here at that'll be for you the right side, is levels of thinking, okay? So as long as you are entertaining levels of thinking that includes shame, guilt, and apathy, and that includes not only how you hold yourself in your vision, and we're gonna talk about what vision really is if you don't know, but if you hold others as well in that vision, well, then you are entertaining those levels of mind and those levels of consciousness. And as long as you do that, you are also bound by the rules of those levels of consciousness. They are not free. They are imprisoned. They are a victim of their circumstances. That means the circumstances, which is whatever the world is showing you right now to be the circumstances. So you are a slave as long as you entertain states of mind up until courage, and I would even say up until reason. And we're going to come into that as well, what reason really is. But up until reason, which has a lot of power. You can create amazing things just on the level of reasoning, right? Science, there is laws, you can build things, you can build relationships on reasoning, right? You can build health on reasoning, but what you can't build with reasoning, which is always a business of sorts, is love, joy, and peace. Love, joy, and peace works on completely different planes. They are very unreasonable states of being. So as long as you live your life according to the states of being, which is courage even, neutrality even, you're still bound by circumstances, though you are neutral to them, so you start to free up your consciousness from it. But even reasoning, okay, living rationally, which makes the most sense, especially in the world we're in right now. You have to be rational about what you eat, what you do, what's going on in the world, how you can impact, how you can do so. And that makes sense. I'm not discarding any of these states of consciousness. I'm not discarding them. I'm allowing you to know that if you want freedom, if there's a calling for absolute freedom and sovereignty in your own state of being, you have to move above reasoning. And the way that you do that is to connect with that which is love, joy, and peace within. Because there the laws do not apply. Those states of being, they can walk on water. Literally, they can walk on water. Reason, they deny reason, and they do that by a very simple understanding and recognition of what we are. When you choose to love someone, not because you want anything from them, not because reason tells you that's a good idea, because of something. If you choose to love for love's sakes, you are activating a power from within that is the ability to exude a special type of energy that does not come from this world. It is not here on this planet as such. It is not a physical thing. It has no reason. It is the innate, inherent ability of our being that is to love, that is to have fun and joy, and to be at peace. And when you activate these states consciously, not as a reaction to something you truly enjoy or like or love, because you in your mind have played out that image of love. No, when you choose that state of being and you start to activate it and take action in alignment with that state of being, no laws, no government, nothing human-made will be able to stop you from being that. And that means what you see possible in these states is possible. And it is actually unfolding as long as you stay true to the state of being. You do not allow, and this is also what Jesus said, you do not allow anything into your church, into your mind, that is not in alignment with that love and joy and passion and peace that you have recognized within yourself. There can only be one authority if you want to love and be joyful with this moment here, with everyone, and that authority is within. There can only be one authority. You will never ever, when you start to exude and experience and create the momentum with these states of being and what's possible with them, and see how that impacts your reality in your relationships, in your abundance. And I'm not saying money here, because money is a human-made product. It will also arrive in the ways that is needed for what you need to learn with it and what you can use it for, but only into the amount that is reasonable for you at first. But love, which is abundant when you activate that state in yourself, will allow everything to flow into your experience immediately that's relevant right now. And you see, with love, your imagination becomes active. And when your imagination becomes active, what happens is you'll realize that imagination is real. And when you realize that imagination is real, there's no reason in the world anymore for you not to imagine and see what it is you'd like to see more of. There is no reason to take your cue from circumstances, that is the news, that is your past, that is what you can see with the eyes of the body. There's no reason to take that cue for how to think, for what to imagine, for what to create. And when there's no reason for making your decision based on past, or what the laws are, the rules are, the society, what friends tells you what's possible, when you are free, and you are right now, but when you realize it, you'll notice that you can sit here right now, listening to this video here, hear me blabbering. Who am I anyways? Who am I sharing this message with you? When you know what you are and you can sit down quietly, silently, this moment here, to tap into the power of creation within yourself, that is silence and observation, conscious observation, and you relax into it and you fill your mind and body with that energy, that presence, and then you choose something you want to create. You choose it. It might happen spontaneously. That's okay if you like that flow, but you can choose. It will give you a variety of ideas, you can say, or thoughts, you can say, that is aligned with that energy. And when you know that when you see something in your imagination, and the only authority is your consciousness of it, nothing in the world will confirm it to you at first. But when you confirm it to yourself with your own awareness, your own consciousness, and your own ability to stay and pay attention to the state of being that is aligned and the images that is associated with it, not the image itself is important, the state of being is important, but there are images, there are ways of life that will start to emerge in that state of being. And when you can be with that by yourself, deny reason for if it's possible or not. The old ways of thinking will not enter the kingdom of heaven. You've heard this before. No one crosses past me being what? Truth. And truth means love, joy, peace, and those states of being. That's truth. That's what will prevail. That is what is always here, will always be here. And the rest of them are momentarily. So no one will come past me. Past me means nothing that is not supportive of those states of being will come past me. So I'm kind of a gatekeeper. I hold what is true, sacred, and safe. And I do that by what I am, because I am that truth. And I'm sharing it here with you, for all of you who have the calling of freedom. That calling on the plane of humanity right now is increasingly rising, and you'll also see that your circumstances will be increasingly imprisoning. And why is that contrast so clear? It's because you need to make and base your decisions not in conflict with circumstances, not by reason, by what I'm asking you to check in with yourself. And you can see it. I can make it a little bit bigger maybe. Let's see here. I have a different version of it also. The map of consciousness. Let's make it a little bit bigger. You can find this one. If you want a link, comment below. But you'll see here that the purity of motive from the heart, true happiness, intuition. While reason down here is intelligence and rationality, knowledge and education. But the problem with knowledge and education is right now society have had knowledge and education based upon the rules of society, of fearful control. So you will not find it in the education systems that are prevalent right now. You will only find it from someone who starts to actually educate from higher spaces within themselves of freedom. So therefore, love and joy will always set you free. It will set you free from the bondage of your old ways of thinking. Okay? So if that's something you'd like to activate in yourself and you've tried it a few times, let me know. And because we do have actually workshops that activates these states and help you to align with them enough, so create enough momentum that you will on your own be able to ride the bike, so to speak. Right? Ride the bike here is the state of being that you'd like to experience more of, not letting distractions, fears, old ways of thinking, which is habits of mind, to eclipse, to hold you blind for what it is you truly want to experience. And I can tell you that these states of being, of love, joy, and peace, they are powerful. They're powerful in a way that nothing in this world will stop you from it unless you say it has that authority. And that reminds me of a scene in Passion of the Christ, where Christ is stand before Pilatus, the judge guy, right? Which is kind of a representation of government or the world or the old states of being, right? That once was believed to be in power. They will say, hey, I got the power to set you free or to enslave you. And if that's true, then I am a slave to that guy or that government or that person, which cannot be true for the Son of God or Christ, whatever names you want to put on it. I see that in everyone. We all are this being that is free, that is absolutely powerful. We are all that, but it needs to be activated. It needs to be recognized in order to play out and act and show itself. And to do so, we must have no other authority than what is seen within. Not something you pray to as such. It is recognized within. The kingdom is within. And you can actually see it. It's not like you have to, oh, the kingdom is within, I hope so. No, you when you look, you'll find, you'll see. And it's a wonderful kingdom. And it's yours to play with. You can actually imagine it into what it is you'd like it to be more of. And that will start to unfold in your reality. And it unfolds in ways beyond reason, beyond what you thought ways of life should be. And you have to open your mind for that. You have to, at first, take action in faith. That's what I'm also asking you for. You can do it with us if you like to work with like-minded people who also have these experiences and how that works out and the momentum and such. You are welcome to join the Discord channel below and join us for these. There are practices for it. They're usually personalized. There are standard practices. But what's important, what we do together is we share our experiences and we start to recognize what is it within that has actually created that experience. Not laws, not governments, not something other people have said, but only our own authority from within. That is the creator. That is where we go to if you want something in life. That is where you go to if you need to reconcile. Not some priest. The priest should just point to that place within you. The priest is not appointed to do that for you. The priest and I, as well as a guide, only can point to that place within you, but I do know it's where it is. I do know and recognize it for what it is, and I know how it works, and I can even guide it and show you when you share with me how the guide works, so you can start recognizing it within. And you can blah, blah, blah. Very passionate here. You can use it for anything. You can use it for your relationships, your health, your state of mind right now. You can become free of disease if you'd like, if you are experiencing that. And so, yeah, that was my spontaneous message here with you. Actually, I have other things I should do. I wanted to share that when it was live for me. So what have you chosen as your authority? That is the question. Are you living by the rules of society? And if their rules are not in alignment with what you see possible, what you would like to see more of in your own loving states, well, I am inviting you into freeing your mind from the bondage that has been pulled over humanity for so long. There, I said it. And let's see how that video will show up on YouTube. Maybe it won't be up for long, maybe it will, we'll see. But it's time to share what I know, what I've seen, and why I'm here. So if that's your calling, give me a comment below, contact us, and let's get you going. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being of service for something deeper within, something true for you. You have been missed, and yes, it's time.